I'm going to tell you something I've never told another living soul. Not my family, not the police, not the therapist they made me talk to afterward. Because if I say this out loud, if I finally get the words out, maybe someone else will understand. Maybe someone else will see the warning signs I ignored. This is how I survived the night my phone wanted me dead, and how you might not. It began on a night that felt wrong before anything actually happened. You know those nights when the rain sounds too focused, like it's falling just outside your window, and nowhere else in the world? That night felt like that, as if the storm was aimed at me. I couldn't sleep, not because of any noise, but because of the silence between the noises, the kind of silence that feels alive. I turned over in bed, checking my phone out of habit. Time, 2:33 a.m. And then it lit up on its own. Not with the usual battery low or mail update. No, a single word. One I still see in my dreams, awake. I thought my eyes were messing with me, reflections, hallucinations, insomnia. But the phone vibrated. Just once, like a pulse. Before I could touch it, before I could blink, the message changed. Good. Keep listening. I sat up straight, heart pounding. I hadn't even unlocked the screen. Was it some sick prank? A hack? But there was no app open. No notifications. Just the words, like they were burned into the glass. The rain outside slowed. Not stopped, just slowed. Like the storm was holding its breath. Like it wanted to hear my reaction. My phone flashed again, brighter this time. Do not look outside. And that's exactly when I looked. The street below my window was empty, but the darkness felt too thick, like the shadows had weight. Then, something moved. A shape stepped into the faint orange of the streetlight. Tall. Wrong. Elbows bent too far backward, like broken hinges. Head tilted too far sideways, like its neck was made of wires instead of bone. I jerked away from the window, heart threatening to break through my ribs. And the phone lit again. Good. You learn. My hands shook so badly I almost dropped it. But before I could think, another line appeared, typed slowly, letter by letter, as though someone invisible was moving my fingers from inside the screen. We hear you. Asterisk, asterisk, we. Plural. Not just one thing outside. Several. I swallowed hard and opened my mouth, but no sound came out. My room felt colder. Like the air itself was being pulled away. The phone buzzed. Obey, or we come in. The first command stared at me. Turn around. My throat locked. My muscles refused. I didn't want to turn. I couldn't turn. But something brushed the back of my neck, icy, deliberate, almost curious. I turned. Nothing there. Just darkness deeper than it should have been. A shadow that wasn't shaped like a shadow. A darker corner where no corner existed. The kind of darkness that feels aware. My chest tightened. Breath short. Heart hammering. The phone vibrated again. Run. I didn't think. I sprinted. Past the hallway. Past the kitchen. Into the living room. Slamming into furniture I knew by heart because I couldn't see anything but dim outlines. Behind me, breathing. Loud. Wet. Inhuman. The room flickered like the rain itself had static. And then the lights died. I froze. The dark thickened, crawling toward me like ink. Then another message popped on the screen. The door. It didn't mean the front door. It meant the back door, the one nobody uses. I heard a metallic groan. Something pressing against it from the outside. I ran to it, stupidly hoping for escape. The moment I touched the handle, the phone flared, "Do not open that door." Thunder cracked outside, so bright it lit the backyard for a split second. And in that split second, I saw them. More than one. More than 10. Dozens. Tall. Crooked. Wrong. Their limbs bending backward. Heads twitching. And all of them facing my house. Listening. Listening for me. I stumbled back, whispering a prayer without meaning. The phone buzzed, but it wasn't a text. It was a voice. My voice. We're already inside. I spun around, but all I saw was darkness tightening like a fist. It felt alive, like something unseen was breathing right beside me. The phone glowed. How you escape depends on your memory. Memory? Memory of what? Then it typed, "Tell US what you saw outside." No, no, no. Saying it would somehow give them shape, give them power, give them permission. I refused. I stayed silent. The phone typed on its own again, wrong. A cold presence closed around my wrist. Not flesh, not air, like static forming fingers, pulling me toward the darkness. I ripped away, sprinting for the garage, the only room without windows. I slammed the door shut and locked it, sat against it, gasping. For a moment, I believed I was safe. Then the garage door rattled. Hard. Metal screeching like something was trying to peel it open. Like nails dragging across steel. I grabbed the crowbar, raised it, and waited. The whole house trembled with pounding, from walls, windows, floors. They were trying to get in, or trying to get me out. Then everything stopped. All at once. The pounding, the breathing, even the rain paused. Silence. Heavy. Absolute. My phone, still lying on the living room floor behind the door, lit up through the gap at the bottom, and the screen showed a face. My face. But stretched, distorted, smiling too wide. Eyes too dark. Teeth too sharp. It whispered, "Let us in, or we'll drag you out." The garage lights died. The darkness thickened. Shapes uncurled from the corners. I couldn't see them clearly, but I felt their eyes. Felt their hunger. Then, the phone flashed again. Bright. A message, "Run to the street." I didn't question it. I didn't hesitate. I bolted through the side door, bursting into the storm, barefoot, bleeding from my palms, rain chilling me to the bone. I didn't look back until I reached the nearest street lamp, and when I did, my house was glowing, lit from the inside by shapes pressed against every wall, every window, every door, like shadows glued to the glass. They weren't trying to get in anymore. They were already inside. And in front of me, lying perfectly still, on the sidewalk, was my phone, waiting, screen black, until the moment I stepped close. It lit up. "We're done with you." The screen cracked, went dark again, and stayed dark. The storm returned to its normal rhythm. The world looked real again, but I didn't feel real. Not anymore. Not after what I saw. Weeks passed. No more messages. No more noises. No more shapes. Just constant paranoia. Lost sleep. Closed curtains. I try to forget. Try to convince myself it was hallucination. Shock. Nightmare. Until today. 10 minutes ago. The phone lit up again for the first time. One word. Awake. And then a second line appeared, right before I started recording this. Pass this to another. Or die tonight. So now I'm passing it to you. Be careful with your phone. Be careful with every notification. Because now you know how I survived the night my phone wanted me dead. And now the question is, will you?